gotta review this tier 3 piece of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's got some potential, but man, does it outweigh the whole betting war. Like, seriously, if I bought this in the store, I wouldn't give it too much shit, but I'm going to have to give my opinion on it, show how I play it, because a lot of people say, like, do elephant stomping. Now, if you don't know what elephant stomping is, that's literally going left and right, moving like a goddamn elephant, moving left side to side to shoot its guns. But to me, I could see it more as the potential of other things, but we'll get to it. So, Sophia, you're probably saying, like, well, what's the big deal? You won the betting thing for this. It must be a good ship because you got it now. Everybody wanted it since there were so many people that bid, and pretty much there was rumors of people saying that they betted more than I bid, and that's ridiculous for this amount of boat. I don't know why. In case you guys don't know, too, my friend from Canada, who was rich, basically gave me the doubloons to get this boat. And surprisingly won. I wish I didn't win, because I said to him I wanted to get a tier 6 with that kind of money I had. But no, I won this one, so you won, Canadian. I hope you're laughing now about this. Okay, let's get started. So, first thing and foremost, I usually don't want to get into detail, but then again, when are you going to ever see this ship? If it usually comes out, maybe this will be a good video tour of this. The armaments are okay, like it says on paper. Like, it's got strong, thick armor and a very good, chance of not getting sitted out. Unless it's like an American gun that has a big, huge caliber, like the American battleships. But, yeah, this one's okay when it comes to armaments. I'm not going to discuss too much, except for the fact is on the front part layer of the armaments, there is no spatial armor. Now, what do you mean by that? Well, if you look at the Kaiser, for example, go to its armaments real quick, you see that it's green, right? But if you turn that thing off, there's the red. So, the Kaiser has spatial armaments to protect itself from incoming shells, torpedoes, etc. This one does not. This one, they just felt like they just finished halfway in port and then just launched it out into the water, which is a huge problem because, again, even though with the amount of armor you have, it's still one of those boats that is not designed easily to, go one direction and freaking broadside a ship, but we'll get to in a minute why that's a huger problem than it thinks. So, yeah, armaments, it's okay. It's not the greatest. I mean, yeah, it's great for a tier 3, but it ain't nothing like my baby tier 3 of the other German battleship premium. So let's talk about the guns and stuff. Now, honestly, I usually will talk about this individually and go through it all, but honestly, I wanted to face it up against one of my most favorite German battleship, the Nassau. Nassau is one of my most beautiful German tier 3 battleships for numerous of reasons, for my opinion. But I figured to put it up against the two. And no, I'm not putting it up against the Kaiser. Even though the Kaiser has more AAs and basically has a lot more spatial armaments and better secondary range. Yes, you heard me correctly. Better secondary range. And when you put the commander and stuff in there, right, it totally hits it out of the ballpark with compared to this secondary range. So you can see here, audience, I have the two ships here that we're comparing it to. Now, I'm not the best artist, so I'm just going to leave it as that, but it's pretty dang close. You've got the two triangle parts for the front and back, kind of way. I know it's not triangle because one's a triangle, one's a rounded. Okay, get off me, okay? I'm just doing a quick thing talking about this, okay? So, let's start with the first main gun. So, let's talk about the main guns first. Now, as you can see on this drawing between the two ships, the goddamn Albertan is a mess. Look at this. Main gun in the front, side, middle is off in the center of the thing, then you got the three in the back, versus a nice, neat, organized three in the front, which can fire forward, unlike the Albertan that has to turn broadside to side to shoot. Let's talk about the caliber. Now, Albertan has 305mm cannons. There's 5 of them times 2. So each 5 of these cannons of each 5 circles has 2 cannons each. Fair enough. Where on the other ship, it has 283mm guns, 6 times 2. Now, it has more gun turrets, but it doesn't shoot all of them on broadside. This is where Albertan will beat Nassau easily, where you got the Albertan shooting all its guns on the side if it completely flattens on one side. Like, literally, there's no angle to fire all the guns. It has to completely 100% broadside shooting. That's the only way all those guns would fire. Versus the other boat, it can only fire 4 of its guns on broadside, and the 2 cannot fire at all because there's a structure there. So that's where Albertan beats that kind of boat. So I'll give it a point for that versus. However, though, now let's talk about the secondaries. Now, as you can see here, I tried my best to put the dots on the boat for secondaries. And it's pretty damn close. Like, this is like 100% close of where the secondaries would be on the main ship itself on both of them. So, let's talk about Albertan's guns. Well, Albertan guns has 88mm, 4 times 1, 8 times 1, which, again, not bad. And then there's 150mm guns for 14.1. But look at the firing range is the biggest difference ever. This is a huge problem since it's based off the Kaiser class. 5.5 kilometers for a good crew. Now, that's not what it says on paper right now, but that's with Frances von Hipper. That's with the anime girl, Helena. I think that was her name. I'm not 100% sure. Correct me in the comments. But her, and using Alton Clance that has maxed out Porcupine, like full circle Porcupine. That's how far it shoots. And that's pathetic. Versus my ship, which has 88, same 88s, mind you, 88mm, 4 times 1, which is the same one as the one on the other. Then you got 88s, same one again, but more because there's 12.1 times 1 of 88mm. That is a lot more than the other one. However, the one thing that it did beat it with is the 150mm cannons, which is 12 times 1. So it beats it by pretty much 2. But the one thing that it beats it the most and nails this Albertan to the coffin, the range on these guns firing with a good crew, with the equipment piece, mind you. I forgot to say that about the Albertan. That's with the equipment pieces, with the commanders of, Frances von Hipper as inspiration, the anime character, and the freaking Alton Clance with Porcupine. You're looking at, no joke, 7.8 kilometers. At a big difference. 5.5 kilometers is close range still. 7.8 is mid-range cruiser shooting range, meaning that I can go halfway in the battle and my secondaries will open up. And this is with a good crew and stuff. I'm not saying this is 100% what's going to say on your paper. I'm saying this is a rank 3 of both of them, with Alton Clance having maxed out Porcupine and having the secondary equipment on both ships. This is pathetic for Albertan, because Albertan should have the same range since it is the same fucking guns. But Wargaming sees this as no problem. I don't understand it, but whatever. I guess secondary win for Nassau. Now, to tell you about the AA guns on both these ships, they're the same. They're 88mm, 4.1 88s on both ships, average damage 7, same thing, and firing rate 3 kilometers. The only thing that they kept the same. So even with all this, Nassau has more of a benefit than the goddamn German Albertan when it comes to jack of all trades. And this is a huge, huge problem. So what do you do with this boat that can't really brawl? Well, you turn it into a sniper. And you're probably saying, Fairy, what are you talking about? Germany can't snipe worth a dick. And that is true. Germany's guns are very hard to snipe. They're not known in this game for sniping. However, I think I fixed the problem for anyone who has this boat or for future reference. And it's my boy, Francis von Hipper. Now you're probably wondering, Francis von Hipper with the secondary perks? Fury, what's wrong with you? He's brawling. His main basic trait is about secondary range. Yes, but if you look at his skills, a lot of it is long range, audience. I mean, Francis von Hipper also has Flammable Cannoneer, which increases the range, increases the main grouping shellings, which is a must-own for this thing. And this is the perk you want, because Dispersion is 10. Well, the reason why it's high for me, because he's Legendary Rank 3. So, you got Dispersion, that would work really well for this, and you can also increase range, which also gives me 3+ range. Now, for the Inspiration, I use Andrew Cuttingham. Gives me 3+ of main dispersion, and the French for AP pen, so that way in long distance it pens. This is the best setup I can do. There's also the Azura Lane Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst helps with the dispersion, but really not much for her perks. I would have her as an inspiration if it's still a problem. The game, and I will show you why this is better off as a sniper than a brawler. Alright, so here we are in a game, audience. We are in a perfect tier 3 game. We got a lot of battleships to worry about and all this other thing. Now, a lot of reviewers already said this, and it's correct, that this is a type of boat that needs major assistance. Like, it cannot take on boats by itself easily, even though it is based off the Kaiser class battleship. It's tactically got some problems here and there. Like I say, gun accuracy, but again, there's commanders that fixes it. Brawling is not something you want to do in this boat. I mean, yes, you could brawl with it. I mean, with the 5.5 range of secondaries, with everything upgraded, yeah, but then you're just suffering so much accuracy on your main guns. It's like, what's the point after that? So, yeah, I'm going to try to snipe. Now, the thing I'm going to try to do is kite my way through this. Now, this is real time, so forgive me if I'm not going to be talking, concentrating and stuff, because you're watching a real-time battle with me talking right now. This is not like an editing voice or anything. This is literally legit 100% me. So, my apologies. So, let's see. Where the hell is all the team going? Alright, so we got a cruiser, actually 2 cruisers coming with me at sea. So, I'm going to be their only support against a Wyoming. Oh, great. Ooh, and that's a weird angle. That's a weird angle. Let's try... Oh, wait, he's turning. Maybe? Maybe I could do something. Let me try to hit it here. Probably gonna bounce. Let's take a look. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, landed pretty good. Got rid of 2 bars on his health. That's a pretty good start. 9,000 damage. There was no citadel, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Oh, he's turning broadside. Okay. Let's see if we can lock up the guns on him. I had 1 gun ready to fire. As you can see, the dispersion on the guns is still a little bit bad, but at least I got it way better than it did. And honestly, like, yeah, right there. Beautiful. I took a little hit myself, but the problem is I don't really want a broadside because, yeah, because that gun's can eat me alive. So I'm trying to snipe, trying to give support, but there's something at sea, so I'm trying to hide over here, I could see. Oh god, more AP. Hurt. Okay, let's see if we could do it again, because he's been on fire. Let me try to fire 1 more AP at him. Let's see here. Is it going to land? Ooh, oof. That landed pretty good. There's no citadels, but again, I don't know much about the Wyoming citadels. I'm just a boat that just plays this game. Alright, firing again. Yeah, this is really dangerous. You don't want to do this in this boat. Like, you don't want a broadside like this. I'm just doing it because he just stopped firing, and I'm taking a gamble myself because I want to use all my guns. I want to get rid of this Wyoming. And oop, gone. Great. So, damn it, St. Louis took out one of the cruisers. I didn't want that. I want the cruisers to stay alive. Let's see if we can harm them, but yeah, with everybody firing at him, it's going to be very hard. Because he's going to be bobbing and weaving and turning. I'm just waiting for my opportunity moment. And that's the thing with this boat. You have to, like, wait for your opportunity to hit something like this. Like, see, he's turning just right. And boom. Like, I didn't get no citadels, but I armed him pretty good. And, of course, that AT penetration multiplier really helps with the thing. Oh, shoot. There's the boundaries. I was hoping to get a little bit more. I'm going to cut my engines. Try to get one more broadside off before anything. Is he going to turn? Nope. Well, he's turning a little bit. He's cutting engines, so I'm going to fire here. Ooh, that's a good grouping. Ah, except for some of it hit the water. I should aim a little higher because it is, like, angled. So now we got to do the part that I just said I don't want to do, because if you remember the poster I said when I was talking about this, going forward spearing or angling is a little bit awful, because you only get to use one gun. You have to, like, turn like a good 10 degrees like that to use two guns, and to use the other side, this is the part where I said about the elephant turning. Like, I fire that side, now I gotta turn this side to shoot that guns to fire at this. But the problem with that back gun, so far back, look how much degrees I have to turn. That's not good. That's like almost a good, like, 10 or 20 degrees more altitude width. That's that's not good. But can I get this kill? Yep, got it. So I can understand why people would love this boat. I really do. But I don't think if anyone bragged about getting it with so much gold, should not say anything about it, because honestly, this is stupid. Like, this should be an in-store thing, not a betting thing. And you know what's funny, audience, while I'm waiting for another target, oh, there's one, is I said to Wargaming's post, I said, you know what would make it work for the bidding, right? Is instead of, like, betting gold on the table, make it bet in-game money. Like, in-game money for silver. And that way, if the person wins, then when this boat comes out in store, they get a 75% off of it, or get the boat with silver. Now, I know that they're not going to give the boat to silver. They're not going to do that at all, because, you know, they're not going to just give a boat freely. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to have to take a torpedo, and this is probably going to cause flooding. And I'm on fire. Oh, good. It didn't cause me flooding, but it burned me to death. Oh, God. Isiguchi. I know it's not called that, but I love pissing off people that. But, yeah, I said to him, like, that thing, and surprisingly no comment, but I hope they can do that kind of way of talking. Ah, crap. And I'm surrounded by... help! I was doing good, but now I got a destroyer that I can't really reload another ship. All 4 fires, really? I'm all burning alive. I'm dead. That's my game. Rip. So, final verdict on the Tier 3. Well, it's not totally 100% bad. I've seen worse boats than this and worse battleships than this. But, however, since this was a bid ship, I'm gonna give it some shit. Because, honestly, people had to fight over this damn boat, and I'm not going to hold back on it because that is fucking stupid. First and foremost, the secondary range, I hate so much. You already know that. I've already said it so many times. But why is it this bad, Wargaming? We're talking about secondary. If this is based off the Kaiser class, you know, Kaiser class, same boat, same amount of turrets, same things situated, and you're telling me that those guns are more accurate and shoot farther than this damn boat? Come on, Wargaming. That's not fucking funny. Secondly, I'm not a big fan of the Kaiser, to be honest with you. I wasn't. But, however, I guess if you like the Kaiser, it'll be a good premium if you didn't mind their guns. Personally, I'd rather have secondaries and their guns, but whatever. But, it's just that. But the other part is there's so many other 3s that could be better than this. We're talking about all the American Tier 3, the Arkansas, that could be better than this. And the other ones. And they're cheaper. Cheaper. That's the key element of this argument, audience. Cheaper. And it just pisses me off that we had to bid for this type of boat. We don't even get to test play it to see if we like it. We don't even get, like, all the other things. We had to bid real life money to get this goddamn tier 3 boat. And that's another problem, like I brought it up in my other video. It's a tier 3. Tier 3. There's not many contracts and missions that can do this boat. It's a type of boat that says, I want to get some of the contracts done, but I want to relax. It's one of those sit back, relax boats. But it's not worth that price of ammunition. It's just not good. I mean, it's German accuracy guns, so it misses sometimes. But if you got like dispersion like I set up to be and aiming system mod 1, you could do pretty good with it. However, it's just the problem with this boat. It's just got so much wasted opportunity. It could have been a good boat if they kept the secondary range, if they gave it the spall liner like the Kaiser. I mean, I'm not saying that maybe in history, and yeah, in history this probably boat exists, but it'd be probably way more better than what they say in wargaming situation. But to me personally, you guys should not even shed a tear on this boat, because honestly, I don't think it's one of the greatest boats I've ever seen. I've seen worse, believe me. From my point of view, I have seen worse. But just an average tier 3 player, it makes me want to go play the goddamn other German Halloween ship tier 3. That one is so much better. The way how the guns are positioned, the way how the fucking secondaries fire, the way how the secondaries are placed, the way how the guns are placed. Yeah, granted, it doesn't have the pretty much the greatest armor. I mean, it does have armor, but it's not the greatest. But again, it's not bad compared to this goddamn wannabe Kaiser. And that's all I gotta say. So the final verdict I have to give to this is, I hate to say this, well, let's be fair. Let's talk about the boat itself. If the boat comes out and it's 3,000 gold, just 3,000, just 3,000, that's it. No higher, no lower. I'll give it a pretty much a fair rating of a 5 out of 10. It's literally a meh ship. It's okay. Guns can do something if you can hit something. However, since we had to bid for this piece of shit boat, and I'm not, it's just my opinion calling it that, but we had to bid for this goddamn boat, I'm sorry. 2 out of 10. This bid thing is so fucking stupid, and I hope to dear God I don't see it again. And if I do see it again, Wargaming, for the love of God, make people bid with silver for a boat, and that way we get a discount when it comes out. So that way, even if we lose, we'll get our silver back, and that way we can have the boat come out. Yes, it's going to suck, you won't get a 75% discount, but hey, think of it this way. You won't be giving Wargaming money, you won't be losing your real life money over this boat, and you won't be feeling upset if you lose, because you could just get it when it comes out in the store. And for the victors, it will give you more of a chance to bet real silver on this boat. And I'm talking about in-game silver. Not fucking going and buying gold for fucking this shit. Because honestly, that would make people happy about this. Because in-game money would be more better off than paying real-life money if we get a 75% discount on the boat as future reference for any boat that comes out. Or put a low bidding option on existing ships, but make them cheaper. Like, say, for example, like another boat like a Dunkirk, and make it cheaper or something in a bid. I don't know. But this was a huge mess, huge wasted opportunity, and I'm just rambling on, I'm sorry, but it's just, seeing this boat now, playing this boat now, I'm just sad because it's just one of those boats that it just gets so much hate mail if you have it, because you're just having the boat, and you're just playing around in it, and then people are going to call you Vault Warriors and all that, when literally I didn't. It was a friend that gave it to me, so technically they're true, but not me this time. And it just makes me so upset that this is a thing now, and I hope to dear God I don't see it again. So, I hope this review helped you out, guys. I hope that when you see this boat, I hope it teaches you how to take it out or helps you like understand the boat better. Because honestly, I just feel bad for the people that wanted it and couldn't get it because obviously reasons of don't want to pay too much gold for it. So until then, I'll see you on the next boat review and take care, guys.